Genetec is very pragmatic in our approach to AI. So people who come by the Genetec booth to see Security Center and CloudLink are going to see a whole host of outcome-driven innovation. But there's also a concern about data sovereignty and data residency. But it's not just about the AI tools. It's about the fact that we're delivering, faster thumbnails.
Hi, this is Pooja from TECHx Media. We have with us Adrian, Head of Marketing at Genetec, and we are at Intersec 2026. Thank you for joining us, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
It's my pleasure, Pooja. I love talking to TECHx. It's always a great conversation. I'm looking forward to all your questions.
Absolutely, same here. So now we are at Intersec 2026. Please tell us a bit about what Genetec is showcasing this time.
At Intersec 2026, Genetec is putting a really big emphasis on our unified and open platform, Security Center. Security Center has been the market-leading technology for almost a decade. So that's quite a long time in a highly and innovative market. But the thing that makes it different is every year we're bringing new capabilities to market, and this year is no different. For visitors at Intersec who come by our booth, they're going to see our brand new CloudLink 210, which is the start of the CloudLink line of appliances. And why does anybody care about that? Because CloudLink is all about deployment flexibility. Here in the Middle East, there's such a demand for cloud, but there's also a concern about data sovereignty and data residency. So the CloudLink acts as that buffer where you can get all the goodness of the cloud, but you don't have to have any of your data transit to foreign data centers where you might not be in control of it anymore. So it's kind of a best of both worlds equation. So we're very excited about that. And of course, we're showing off our new artificial intelligence features, which we call intelligent automation, but they're really delivering value to end users. So much of AI right now, Pooja, is mostly constructed in press releases, and nobody even knows why they need AI. They just have been told they need to get AI. They're like, get AI, and you're like, well, what for? So what we've tried to do is have a pragmatic, smart approach to artificial intelligence and make it about the outcomes. So for us, AI means faster investigations. It means better alarm management. It means easier to deploy technology. So people who come by the Genetec booth to see Security Center and CloudLink are going to see a whole host of outcome-driven innovation that makes life easier for them, makes them safer, and really delivers value across the entire spectrum.
Thank you for sharing that perspective, and it's very interesting to know that Genetec have been using emerging trends and technologies, and especially you spoke about AI as well. You want to talk a bit about the emerging technology and how, as a company, is merging with the technology in this fast-paced environment?
That's a great question. I think, this industry is evolving so quickly right now. I've been coming to this show for many, many years. I've been with Genetec for 14 years. And what I've noticed is that over the last 8 to 10 years, the mindset of security professionals have changed dramatically.
Absolutely.
Whereas in the past, it was all about resolution, how many pixels per whatever. Yeah, that's interesting. But really, now we're seeing how technology can impact the actual business outcomes of the companies and the organizations and the cities that use it. So what we're most interested in is the innovation that's allowing people to really not just understand and protect their environment, but to derive value from it. How can they deliver better customer experiences? How can an airport journey be made smoother leveraging Genetec technology? How can investigations get done more quickly and more meaningfully when you use Genetec technology? So this is where our innovation is really being driven from, which is a much different place than putting the emphasis on, speeds and feeds. We really want people to understand that Genetec and the technology that's being delivered in Security Center is really about the outcomes that matter. And so when you come by the Genetec booth at a show like Intersec 2026, you're going to see new technologies that are really designed around the outcomes that matter to our customers. For instance, if you come by right now, you can see our new investigations workflow, which leverages artificial intelligence. It helps you do things like really get to the outcome you need a lot faster, which is the resolution of the investigation. And I'm not talking just a little bit faster. I'm talking about going from a 4, 5, 6 hour timeline down to 3 to 4 minutes. It's a massive time savings for professional security investigators who really need to get things back to normal as quickly as possible. So being able to do investigations with that kind of speed makes a huge difference. So we're leveraging artificial intelligence to do that so that you can search data more quickly. But it's not just about the AI tools. It's about the fact that we're delivering, faster thumbnails to the users. It's about them being able to scrub video. It's about being able to understand what's happening in frames really, really quickly. So this is a huge difference for our end users and for the channel partners who deliver the technology. So there's a lot of really interesting technology that's coming to market this year.
Absolutely. I think we're all waiting for it. And it's interesting to know on the technology part. So adding up to your point, can you tell us a bit about AI, like as Genetec as a company, emerging AI or any solutions that the company is looking ahead for?
Absolutely, Pooja. Well, as I said earlier, I think a lot of people are very keen on AI, but they don't know why. They're like, I just hear about it all the time, and my boss said I need to get AI. It's like this weird mindset. And I think a lot of people think of Genetec as being, not, as driven by AI, but that's absolutely not true. Genetec is very pragmatic in our approach to AI because we know that real AI value comes from designing tools that are focused on what matters to the end users, not what matters to just being able to write a press release that's snazzy and sounds, cool. And I would wager much of the AI innovation in this industry is managed through press releases right now. What we bring is practical technology and value to end users. So as I was mentioning, being able to do a natural language search, a free-form search on your video surveillance data is super powerful. But more than that, to be able to get the AI thinking about things like, when did this mug appear in the shot? When did it get taken away? And how can I get that video to you really fast? So all you have to do is click on the image of this mug in your video surveillance tile, and it'll say in and out. Here's who did it. Here's the trajectories of the people who moved around you to get that. So it's like having the AI do the things that humans aren't good at doing. And humans aren't good at looking at hours and hours of video surveillance data. We get bored, have to go to the washroom, all sorts of things. You lose focus, right? You want to look at TikTok, who knows? The thing is AI doesn't get bored, right? AI just doesn't, no matter how much video surveillance footage it has to look at. So that's a good use of AI. It's a very practical use of AI. But what we like to do is say, but things that humans are good at, like making judgments, understanding context, understanding severity of things, that's what humans should continue to do. So we see a very big role for security operators in the technology world where we're deploying AI. So our thinking around AI is, I would say, pragmatic. It's outcome focused. It's not about the latest flavor of the day. So if that's what you're looking for, Genetec might not be for you. But if you're looking for meaningful AI innovation, then come by our booths. We've got a lot to show you.
Absolutely. I think that's a wonderful thought as well. So talking about emerging trends and AI, so we want to talk a bit about how the strategic move to the region.
I think here in the Middle East around technology, we're looking at some very interesting types of businesses and government organizations in the region, and they demand a certain type of technology. And scale is really important in this region. But more than just having scale so you can have a big deployment, there's a desire for openness. The Middle East market is a very open and exploratory market. People want to try new technology. They want to try new devices in their security deployments. And Genetec prides itself on being an open platform so that you can try the latest, optics laser sensors, or you could try the latest, radar tools from Axis, or you could try the newest analytics from IQSight, formerly Bosch. I mean, we've put such a big emphasis on that as a company, but we see that in the Middle East, the Middle Eastern user, the end user, wants that flexibility. So Genetec, being an open company, really puts an emphasis on the ability to bring in these devices and make them a part of your bigger security ecosystem. And that's a huge differentiator for us in this market. I think also in this space, what we're seeing is that, you look at things like cloud and how cloud is starting to play a bigger and bigger role. The demand for cloud is only going to increase in this market. And that doesn't mean that we're going to make all of our customers push their video surveillance footage to the cloud, which is expensive and not necessary for everybody. We're going to give them tools like the Cloud Link to manage that connection between what they keep on premises and what they allow to go to the cloud. They may say nothing goes to the cloud, but the really cool thing is that they can get things from the cloud. They can get updates, security patches, the latest AI technology. That can all come into their system, but nothing can go out. So this is going to be really big in the Middle East market in the coming 18 months.
Sure, absolutely. And thank you for sharing those perspectives. And it was great having you here as well.
It was my pleasure, Pooja. Thank you.
Great. A pleasure here as well. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to TECHx Media for more updates on technology industry and Intersec 2026.